Have you ever peeked around only to realize to your dismay that you fall so short in comparison to those around you? How did I end up at the bottom of the food chain, you wonder, appalled at yourself? Everyone else seems to be doing great, but you notice something. A door has been opened by entertaining those thoughts. And guess what next? You begin to feel left behind, a trigger that drags one into depression. Everyone else may be looking up to you and admiring where you are, but because of the door you opened, you don't see what they see and are already on your way down into the pit. Trust me, the door of comparison will always shove you far behind, no matter how great you're doing. The realization that we are falling short either leaves us consumed by the desire to get ahead or crippled by the ugly acceptance of the fact that this is it for us. No matter what we do, we'll never get better. The combo of disappointment at ourselves and our failures, discouragement about our inability to do better, and frustration that we'll never get ahead all drag us down the dreaded path. If you have traveled that path a number of times, you can sense that door opening and those negative feelings calling you down that dark and dreary road. Here, I learned that it is our choice to answer, ready or not, here I come, or no, not today, not today, not today, not now or ever again. It's our choice. It's in our hands. Your power is at its peak outside the pit. Your choice is better utilized before you cross that door you opened, because once inside, there is much less you can control. Once you cross that door, the rest of the day is toast. But if you can muster enough courage and strength to step back and look a little farther, beyond your myopic range, you will realize that you are not alone. There are so many wonderful people on the same spot you find yourself. You can choose to share in their experiences and learn what you can as you continue to hope and work toward moving farther. You realize that not everyone up there is having a ball. Everybody, no matter their status in life, is dealing with something. Maybe not so obvious, but definitely there nonetheless. You realize there are so many in worse conditions than you are for no fault of theirs. And somehow, if they are managing and surviving, then you can. Life has a way of making it seem like your case is the worst, especially when you are down and struggling. But if you will dare to look past the rim of your nose, you will see that everybody out there has issues they are contending with, not just you. The issues may vary, the intensity of the struggles may differ, but everyone's got one. Some may have it better than we do, and others may have it worse than we do. That's life. We just have to find ways to deal with what life deals each of us and make efforts to stay afloat and not sink with those. We have to get out of our heads and out of limited space and scope to see life from a wider perspective that is beyond us and our issues. Oh, what a difference that makes. Instead of the unnecessary pressure which tunnel vision that is focused on those who are doing better puts on us. Widening our vision through those doing better and worse off leaves us with two things: the sense of gratitude that our situation is not worse than it is, and it gives us hope that we will get up there if we don't give up. Gratitude and hope are two essential, if not critical, ingredients for shutting doors that lead down to depression. Nothing lifts a downcast soul like gratitude and hope. Gratitude for where we are, no matter how far it is from our dream destination. Hope that we will make it out of here to live our dream. Nothing is as inspiring and empowering as those two. That is how we can switch a day that could be spent brooding over our miserable states and losses to appreciating the gift of life and all we still have despite the losses. That is how we can shut the door in the face of depressive emotions. We feel helpless under the sweeping power of triggers that take us down. But as I walked closely with God, I discovered that His strength is perfected in my weakest moments when I let go and let God. I realized that His strength is enough to carry me through when mine fails or falls short. I learned to rely on His superabundant strength to say no to forces that hunt and hurt. Every victory delivered more power and confidence, moving me farther from the despicable influence of negative emotions. There is no known formula that works it. These are lessons I learned walking with God, trusting in His power, depending on His Spirit, and holding on to His unfailing word. When we close the door on comparison, we learn contentment, a virtue that keeps us growing and rising above the influences of negative emotions. Contentment breaks the cynic and vicious cycle of endless pursuits and consumption that wear us thin and leave us prone to depressive feelings. There will always be someone ahead, no matter how hard you work. There will always be someone behind, no matter how slow you crawl. Life is for living, not for competition. Reducing living to competition will leave us in constant contention instead of contentment. We will all never weigh the same. Admire those ahead. Sympathize with those behind. But be grateful for where you are and keep hope alive. Be grateful for life. It is the greatest gift of all, and nothing is impossible for the living. Recognize that we are not all the same. Neither is our circumstances, and that's okay. You can't be me, and I can't be you, but we can learn from one another to become better versions of us. Where we are today may not be ideal, but with hope, we will reach our dreams if we don't give up. Our efforts today may not seem much, but the results compound over time if we are persistent. There is power in consistency. Be content with who you are, what you have, and where you are. Then aspire higher from that safe and stable position. Stop unhealthy comparisons. Celebrate your little wins while pursuing greater goals. And hey, enjoy God's peace while at it. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with family and friends. Be inspired. You are a star, and it's your time to shine.